Greetings, and welcome to A Year of Movies, a Planet Geek production. For this project, we are using the Ivan Walters reference book of 365 films to watch on the day they happened. Each day, we watch a movie associated with the date we are watching it on.
And as it is the 22nd of May, we are going to be watching The Affair of the Necklace from 2001, directed by Charles Shire and starring Hilary Swank. So I am aware of the existence of this particular movie. The poster that comes along with this movie is very familiar, and I remember seeing it several times, especially on the video shelves at the Blockbuster where I was working. And whereas I know that it dealt with around the time of Marie Antoinette and the French Revolution at the time, I have not really actually gotten around to it until this particular project. And as I already had mentioned, not only does this movie star Hilary Swank, but it also stars Jonathan Pryce, Christopher Walken, Simon Baker, Adrian Brody, Jolie Richardson, and Hayden Panettiere. So what this all boils down to is it's basically like a dramatic telling of the romanticized version of the controversial story behind Jean de la Montvolus, who is Hilary Swank, a countess whose name is stripped from her by the royal family during the late 18th century. And the story revolves around her fight to restore her name and proper place in society, which in itself is filled with like mystery, intrigue, and like desire, with an infamous diamond necklace at the center of it all. So I find it kind of interesting to see this particular movie in the state that it is. Well, it does look very period piece. It looks costume wise and set decoration wise, and just the scenery alone is very fantastic. Shot in different locations throughout France and whatnot for most of the movie, but it is an interesting thing because of the choice of actors and the period that they actually set this movie in. Now, we've seen this before in movies in the past where it is technically supposed to be in one language, but everyone agrees to speak in another language, which is perfectly fine. In this movie, we have a handful of both American actors and British actors, one Australian actor, but everyone seems to be speaking with an English accent, except for one particular actor by the name of Christopher Walken, who every once in a while throws like a French accent onto his different words. Now, of course, we are dealing with a movie that takes place in France at the time, and of course, everyone would be speaking French, but the fact that the rest of the cast is speaking as close to having an unstandard English accent, and thus to have Christopher Walken throw in a French accent every once in a while on particular words. The other reasoning is that when you announce people's full names, of course they are French names to begin with, so you do get a French flair on each of those words, but other than that, no one else has any sort of French accent, which is kind of amusing to see. But don't get me wrong, it is very well acted. We have a great cast. Hilary Swank does a fantastic job as the lead, working against Jonathan Pryce and Simon Baker as well. And again, I keep forgetting about Simon Baker as like other than his TV work. I'm like, oh, that's right, he actually is an actor. But it was really like movie actor. Sorry, I apologize. I made it sound like it was like demeaning Simon Baker, but I'm a fan of Simon Baker. I love his stuff on what I've seen him in and all that. But again, it's fantastic to see him in a movie. But that being said, it's it's a period piece that seems to be a little feels like they're trying to come up with making a story a reality. Even though this is based on true events, it seems to come across as a little more fictionalized than it probably did happen. And at one point, Jean is put on trial with her and her other co-conspirators against the queen, where some of them get pardoned, but she is the one that unfortunately her and her lover get charged with the crime against the queen, and the actual trial itself happens on May 22, 1786, which is about an hour and 29 minutes into this 1 hour and 58-minute movie. Alright then, on that note, we're going to wrap up this particular episode and look off into the future to see what we're going to be watching for tomorrow, which is going to be the 23rd of May, and that is Close Encounters of the Third Kind from 1977. So until next time, go see a movie.